Give Appalachian State credit. They did the things they had to do to win the game. The 2 kickoff returns to gain field position, and the interception, pick 6 was huge momentum for them. But extremely disappointed for our seniors. When we don't have the ability right now where we are offensively to run the football, we're going to struggle. And it was evident of that. We had a bunch of drops. Drop 4, the pick 6 touchdown. Ryan threw the ball well. But it's hard to rely on some things in the passing game right now. We're just so inconsistent with personnel and different things that are obviously affecting our football team, as far as those things are concerned. But give them credit. They made the plays they had to make when they did, and we didn't make enough of them. We're just not efficient enough to have any production offensively until the end. So I'll open up for any questions.
Smith.
I'm expecting, I think, Shy back next week, and hopefully Shy is the same. He's had a lingering hamstring, both of them, for the last 2 or 3 weeks.
You meant the offensive line seemed to be getting no push at all.
Yeah, we had no push. They outnumbered us in the box, and we were inefficient throwing the football when we needed to early in the game.
How can they get prepared in the next 3 weeks?
I mean, we've run the ball well other than 3 ball games, and we've lost all 3 games in those situations because we don't have a second pitch. I mean, we can run it, create some things, but we've got to be more efficient. We've got to be able to run the ball going into the game. And, no, not at this time. We're inconsistent in personnel and what we've got to be able to do. It's a little bit unfair out there right now, so we're struggling in a lot of ways as far as those things are concerned, but we need to be more productive.
What was Brian's injury midway through the game?
No, he just sprained his knee. He was fine. They got him loosened up at halftime. It tightened up a little bit in the first half, and he got loose at halftime and was able to go.
Too fast, could that lead to some of the drops?
No, I mean, when it hits your hands, we expect you to catch it. And we had several times it hits the guys in the hands, they don't catch the football. So it's frustrating. We need to cash in on those situations better than we have.
Trying to get back into the swing of things?
Well, I think that, when you get in that situation, we didn't have any timeouts, and they've got some good edge guys. The 24 is a really good loose hit guy as far as the rush is concerned. And when they're able to rush on the edges like that, when you can't run the ball and you don't have any timeouts, that creates some issues.
Josh? When you looked at film, did you think you'd be able to run the ball against these guys?
We felt good about being able to run the ball. We did.
Defensively, what did you think about your effort?
When you hold a team to 200 yards, they've gained field position on the kickoff return to start the game for the first field goal. Put themselves in a position for the touchdown in the second half on the other kickoff return on our side of the 50. You give up a pick 6 and another field goal to a really efficient offense. I thought we played well.
Without able to run the ball,
No,
you thought you
could
could
go back and watch it. We felt they were moving a lot, which we knew that coming into the game. We had a hard time with the movement. That was the major issue. Hurting right now. I mean, it hurts. We knew they were a good football team coming in, and we needed to play better than we did. We needed to coach better than we did.
Execution report or lack of consistency for
Well, I think you got to look at everything across the board. I mean, we have some inconsistencies as far as personnel, which is obvious outside, and then we just didn't do a good enough job up front blocking in the run game to create some run game for us. So we need to go back and evaluate what we thought was going to be good going into the game, because obviously it wasn't. And then go back and figure out, why we didn't get as much movement up front as we did. We got stalemated on the line of scrimmage by a smaller defensive line. So those are things we've got to evaluate.
there. How good did you feel about your chances once those things
Yeah,
happened?
I mean, I think with Ryan's ability to throw the football down the field, and having guys like Brian Edwards and Xavier and some guys that can really go high point the football and finish on the play down the field, yeah, sure, he felt great about it.
Or was it just more a lack of other bodies at this point?
Well, no, Trey's done a nice job. We've got a lot of confidence in Trey. Trey's a guy that's worked extremely hard. Just because he's a walk-on doesn't mean he can't be a good player.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been productive for us before in practice. And this has been his first game situation. I think maybe he's caught another ball, maybe against Charleston Southern or somebody. But he's a guy that does a nice job for us.